As with any media franchise, Wizards has tried several products over the years, and some have been huge hits, while others have disappeared into history. I'm your host Mike, and I'll be going over 5 Magic products and series with short runs. Modern Event Decks. There's a good chance you're familiar with the standard Challenger decks, which were released a few short weeks before the Dominaria expansion. For the uninitiated, they are essentially decks competent enough to bring to Friday Night Magic type standard events straight out of the box. Wizards has produced pre-constructed decks for a long time, but they are rarely built strong enough to compete with tuned decks. Standard wasn't the first to receive a product like this. In fact, there was a modern event deck produced in March of 2014. March of the Multitudes, not to be confused with the new card from Guilds of Ravnica, was a pre-constructed deck produced as the first and last modern event deck. The deck contains several notable cards such as Sword of Feast and Famine, Elspeth Knight Errant, and Path to Exile. It seems like there was a plan to continue producing this series at first because the set code is MD1, as in Modern Deck 1. Not much information is available on its discontinuation, other than Mark Rosewater saying in the summer of 2017 that its return would not be likely. Commander's Arsenal. The Commander format has been a kitchen table favorite since shortly after the game itself was incepted, and it has seen huge growth in recent years. Most of us are familiar with the highly anticipated Commander deck series which gets released each year, but it wasn't originally planned to be a continued series. The first set of decks came out in the summer of 2011 and were ultimately well received and a success. Wizards admitted to realizing that people enjoyed the product too late, and to make up for time, Commander's Arsenal was released. The product essentially became From the Vault EDH Paradise and included several high-value cards and special foiling. Some of these cards included Rhystic Study and Command Tower. Additionally, some of these cards had never been printed in foil before, such as Scroll Rack and Sylvan Library. Then, from 2013 and up through the present, we have seen a new Commander deck series each year. The Arsenal was intended to have a limited run, but probably would have been discontinued anyway given the huge price markups. It still sells for 4 times its original retail price of $75. Premium Deck Series. I'm pretty sure everyone loves foil cards. The Premium Deck Series was built of pre-constructed decks made up entirely with foil cards. The first deck was Sliver themed and was released in 2009. There were 2 annual follow-ups, a burn deck called Fire and Lightning, and a Reanimator deck called Graveborn. There weren't major issues with the inherent concept of the product, but in the end the sales just weren't there. The official statement was that just not enough players and collectors loved the product enough to justify its continuation, making its total run just about 2.5 years. The discontinuation of the Premium Deck series and the introduction of the Commander's Arsenal were actually part of the same announcement. Vanguard. Magic's Arena League was a semi-competitive tournament system which lasted a decade-long span from 1996 through 2007. Starting in 1997, a new casual play format was introduced and assigned to 4 different months through the year 1999. This format was Vanguard. Vanguard was a format similar to Commander where an oversized card would be assigned to a command zone and then would provide game-altering effects for the player who controlled it. Most of the Vanguard characters were from the Weatherlight Saga, the root of much of Magic's lore. Overall, Vanguard turned out to be a success. Despite this, Wizards stuck with their original plan and decided not to continue producing it as an ongoing product. It's doubtful that it will ever come back when considering how much Wizards has invested in Commander. DCI Legend Rewards. Receiving rewards just for playing Magic is kind of a relic of the past. The Magic Player Rewards program ended 8 years ago, and before that, there was the Legend Membership program. In days of yore, there were 2 different types of DCI memberships, a free one like the type we use today, and a special Legend membership. Becoming a Legend cost $30 and the player would receive a special credit card-like DCI membership card, premium versions of Counterspell and Incinerate, a booster pack of Italian Legends, and a promotional offer for a 6-month subscription to the Duelist magazine. I'd call that pretty good value. Unfortunately, the program didn't get any deeper than that. No other promos were created and no additional benefits were offered during the 4 or 5 year span that the DCI Legend Rewards were in place. To be fair, it did end up turning into the Magic Player Rewards program, which created several playable promo cards to reward players. Those were 5 Magic products and series with short runs. Are there any of these you really enjoyed and wish were still around or at least revisited? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, please leave us a like down below, we'd really appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you know when our new videos come out. Until next time, thanks for watching.